Now, we all know the most overrated villains like your Friezas and your Majin Boos. Even your dementia-ridden grandpa would probably know these guys are serious yet overrated contenders to the Z-Fighters. But what about the underrated picks of the Dragon Ball franchise? Now, some people would say someone like Janemba because of his reality warping and his Buu-like consistency. Some people would say Hit and his ability of time manipulation, which is some really OP stuff, don't get me wrong. But I don't believe it would hold a candle to the full potential of the person this video is going to be talking about. The character I'm going to be focusing on is none other than possibly the most forgotten antagonist of all time, Frost. DJ, you know what to do. Play that Frost intro. Yeah, this is the Frost intro. We talking about Frost. He's like a lizard demon, but he's kind of like Frieza, but he ain't Frieza. He's awesome, yeah, he's like a hero, but nah, he's not a hero. He's like a bad guy. And oh, wait a minute, he going Super Saiyan. What is that, Super Saiyan? He's got little knife hands too, and he's blue. He's not purple. Frieza's purple, but he's blue, and he really don't take shit from nobody except Saiyans, you know, some other people, you know. But yeah, that's Frost, the Frost demon. Bravo if you even remember this guy from Dragon Ball Super, because I don't think this was anybody's favorite Dragon Ball Super antagonist. For one, he had a much less likable personality than his Universe 7 counterpart Frieza. For my second point, he got bodied by two extremely underpowered versions of two separate characters, that being Super Saiyan Vegeta in the Tournament of Destroyers and full power, with quotation marks of course, Frieza in the Tournament of Power. Not to mention that both times were basically a one-shot KO. Embarrassing. So why would he be my pick as the most underrated villain in Dragon Ball over the other contenders? Well, I have a few points I want to make. But before all of that, it would be very much appreciated if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, because I'm like 100-ish subs away from 500, and then I could really become a YouTube partner and start making money. Yeah, I'm broke as shit. Alright, and with that out of the way, we're gonna hop into the first point, which is the most obvious point, the Frost Demon race. Frost comes from an insanely strong race, the Frost Demons, and while we have no other Frost Demons from Universe 6, we're going to base him off the Frost Demons from Universe 7, since they are twin universes. And since this is the case, Frost probably has the same core genetics as the Universe 7 counterpart Frieza. Now, Frost might be weaker than Frieza initially, due to him not ever having a proper training session. I know that a lot of people are about to say, "But SSJamoTheory, Frieza never actually had any training on Namek, they say that all the time." And honestly, I get your case, but I just think that's entirely untrue. Frieza was raised by King Cold, another Frost Demon, as well as the entire upper echelon of the Frieza Force, or Cold Force, whatever it was called back then. This means that he was constantly being at least subliminally trained by his soldiers, even if it's just casually watching them from the sidelines. He also showed in the Broly movie that he was able to conjure up a powerful ki blast from a very young age. It's safe to believe that this was the training of King Cold that did this. So in comparison to Frost, Frieza was basically given Navy SEAL levels of training. The origins of Frost aren't yet available in Dragon Ball lore, but it's safe to say that he has zero connections to his parent figure. I mean, look at him after the Tournament of Destroyers. He's living in an alleyway and doesn't even have a pot to piss in. Do you really think he has a family around the area? He probably had no idea how powerful his race was at a very young age, hence why he's so much slower to gain power than Frieza is. Another very important point to bring up is that he's Frieza's counterpart. He's not King Cold's, he's not Cooler's, he's Frieza's, the mutant Frost Demon. It's been confirmed that Frieza is a mutant due to his astonishing power, even in comparison to others of his race, meaning that genetically, Frost should have this mutation. The same mutation that boosted Frieza's power from under Super Saiyan to slightly under Super Saiyan Blue in 4 months of training. Keep in mind that this power gap took Goku and Vegeta around 20 years to close. It is also important to note that Goku and Vegeta were doing other stuff between these 20 years besides training, but you should still get the point of how busted this mutation is. Even without being trained by the gods, Frieza gained the power and became a frontrunner of the "God Ki is stupid and useless" movement. And if Frieza can do all this with a little training, why can't Frost? Yes, it might take him a little longer, maybe instead of 4 months, I'd give him 6 or something, but he can very clearly enter the golden form. Even Frieza himself saw this potential during the Tournament of Power. So yes, this mutant potential can lead to both Golden Frost and Black Frost down the road, which I think is such a cool name. I think they should really go for that. My third and final point about why Frost is my top most underrated pick is due to something that we don't really see a ton in Dragon Ball: weaponry. And Frost's weapon is so unique that his own counterpart Frieza doesn't even have it, which confuses me a bit, but whatever. This weapon is his secret poison needles that he keeps deeply embedded in his wrists. The main reason why I'm so confused as of why Frieza doesn't have these is because this weapon is biological, meaning that Frost was born with them. I guess this is sort of similar to Beerus being skinny and Champa being fat, even though they both have the same horrible diet, but whatever. Even in Frost's canon, weak and untrained state, he's able to incapacitate both Goku and Piccolo. Since the poison is a bioweapon, it's very possible that the effect and lethality could increase as he gets stronger, which is absolutely insane. Hell, with some time, he might even take out Champa and become the new destroyer god for Universe 6. Alright, that would be a fun what if, but with all jokes aside, you should really much consider Frost as your most underrated Dragon Ball villain. I really hope to see more of him in a series as an antagonist to the Saiyans of Universe 6 on planet Sadala. I think that would be a great plot for a fan-created manga or anime. Or maybe that's possible in Dragon Ball Super Season 2, but hey, we'll never know until it's out. With that being said, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more interesting takes like this one. I also do make other styles of content, but they don't really do very good, but I think they're pretty funny, so make sure to check those out if you feel like it. Alright, see ya.